You study for weeks, you sit down, take your exam, and then boom, score says fail. Most of the time, it's not because you didn't know the material, it's because you made avoidable mistakes. Today, I'll share some common mistakes that people make and how to avoid them so you can pass your exam. Now, I've passed multiple CompTIA exams, right? But I failed too. I'm speaking from observation and I'm speaking from experience as well. Number one mistake is memorizing without understanding. Memorizing answers without actually understanding the concept will hurt you. CompTIA likes to reword questions. It's not that they're tricking you, but they're rewording the question to see if you actually understand the concepts. If you memorize a definition, when they reword it or rephrase it, you might not understand. This is why you want to understand the concept instead of just memorizing a definition. Easy way to fix this specific mistake is by learning the why behind each answer. For example, instead of memorizing port numbers, understand what the ports are used for. Second mistake I see is people neglecting performance-based questions or PBQs. You do not want to neglect these. Some of these PBQs can simulate real-world tasks like configuring a firewall or subnetting a network. They often appear at the beginning of the exam, and one of my key tips that I give in mostly all my videos is skipping the PBQs. Do not waste too much time on it. A way you could fix this is by doing Cert Master Labs or exam topics, PBQ examples. T-Pro TV is another good resource that has labs so you can practice. Mistake number 3, guys. Another mistake that I see is not managing your time perfectly, all right? You gotta remember, you have performance-based questions. These performance-based questions are not gonna take seconds. They're gonna take minutes. Usually you get between, I think, 3 to 5, and you have multiple choice questions. First thing first, if you, on the performance-based questions, and you flag them all, right? And you move straight into the multiple choice questions, get them out the way, and then come back. All that time you have remaining, you can focus it on the PBQs. Mistake number 4 is people are not downloading the exam objectives. Guys, you want to download that exam objectives. Easy way to fix this issue is just download the exam objectives, because if you don't have the exam objectives, you're going to be studying blindly. All you know is, I want to get ready for the Security Plus. I'm looking at Jason Dion's videos. You're taking in all this information, but you're not making sure that the information you're taking in is what's actually on the objectives. Make sure you get the exam objectives, guys. Another mistake I see is people using one resource. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I like Professor Messer's videos, but there's times where I have to look at someone else's example or explanation on a topic to make sure that I understood what he was saying. Same thing with Jason Dion. Sometimes I might look at his stuff, I might be like, I understand this, but let me double check and make sure that what I'm thinking it is, that's what it is. I try to keep it between 2 to 3 resources the most, because now you don't want to do too much, but you want to have multiple resources to make sure that you're understanding, because everyone breaks their stuff down differently. Mistake number 6, guys, is people ignoring practice tests. Taking the practice test is kind of going to get you in that test day mode where you're preparing, you're understanding the questions, you able to work against the time. So when it's time to take the actual test, it's like you already take 4, 5, 6 practice tests or whatever. You taking the test, it just feels normal. And a lot of the practice tests do a good job of simulating the real thing. I'm not gonna even lie. Sometimes, for some of the exams that I took with CompTIA, sometimes their questions are a little bit shorter. And I've taken practice exams where it's harder than the exam. So do not skip practice exams, guys. Another mistake I see people make, and I don't want to say this is really a mistake, but what I really want to say is I see a lot of people let their nerves get in the way. It's happened to me before, guys. And try not to let your nerves make you cram too much information, because you might be so nervous. You start like, oh my God, I gotta review this. Don't let that happen to you guys. Try your best not to. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.